Let's explore few more tutorials. So let's talk about something like forced convections. Okay, so there is a flat plate and heated with some temperature, and flow is passing over that flat plate, let's say. Okay, so we have a flow over a flat plate class of the scenario, but we want to work in steady state environment, not in the transient environment. Okay, so let's first look at the test case. Okay, before that, let's explore this bind simple form, what exactly it's going to do. So here, go to the bind simple form area, bind simple form. So let's open this. So it is a steady state solver for bind turbulent flow for compressible fluids, okay, including radiation or ventilation or the heat transfer phenomena. Okay, so that is what we have. And here, if you see, we have a UP and energy equations. So inside the U equations, okay, we have this is turbulent characters, and when we are working with the buoyancy form, so this is our G. Because of buoyancy force, whatever the additional gradient we going to create, it is from this. Okay, so that is what we observe here. Okay, then let's look at the particular tutorial, and here I mentioned couple of the things about that part. Okay, so what we have here is a few entries. Okay, so let's talk about this thermophysical properties. Okay, so we have a perfect gas, that is the, let's say, equation of state. We are working with the perfect gas, H constant, constant specific heat, CP model with evolution of enthalpy H and entropy S. Okay, so couple of type of thermo options is available. Okay, so thermo type which specify the thermodynamic model in the simulation define the equation of state for this certain keywords like perfect gas. So we know that perfect gas equation going to set H constant thermo, H constant thermo. Okay, so H constant thermo, what it going to do, try to look at constant specific heat CP model with evolution of enthalpy H and entropy. Then species thermo we have. Okay, so species thermo, that means thermodynamic property of the species derived from CP, H and S. Then constant transport property, the pure mixture general thermophysical model calculation for passive gas mixture. Then H thermo general thermal model calculation based on the enthalpy. So couple of options is available at a thermo levels. Okay, and now if you look at the mixture, so this n molecule weight CP, HF, mu, so it has a n number of molecule of the species, molecular weight, specific heat of the fusion, dynamic viscosity, and the Prandtl number. Okay, so that is all this entry what we're going to explore for this particular test case. Okay, so what we look at here, if we go towards the particular files, okay, inside the here we want to look at bind simple form. Okay, and let's open this file. So here we have a row thermo, and it try to take into account these thermodynamic properties. That is what I mentioned here. Okay, so that is row thermo. Along with that, we have a certain few more entries we have. Okay, so few things like thermodynamic turbulence fluid thermo models. Okay, then we have a create 1 minute. So then inside of create field we have a few more changes we can look at. Yeah, so here it try to add up the thermo properties. Okay, by reading the thermodynamic properties. Okay, so it try to look at the row from the thermo only. Okay, U constructed, then compressible create field, few options. Okay, then this is dynamic pressure what we have. Okay, it is dynamic pressure equal to pressure into rho into G. Okay, so that is the dynamic pressure we have. Okay, so that is what I mentioned also here. Okay, and this is nothing but PD is the dynamic pressure. Okay, so that is P, exactly same thing, P underscore rho GH. Okay, so that is the dynamic pressure that is constructed here. Okay, and if we have reference pressure we can add it, but out of this we going to check into account the PD equal to P minus of rho G. Okay, that is what is the dynamic pressure we have, and this is the H equation we normally set. Okay, inside the sorry, this is the U equations, and here we have this dynamic PD and the rho GH options available. Okay, so that is exactly, it is coded in the U equations at these portions. Okay, so this is how one can see the different changes in the this property file. Along with that, if you look at the P equations, okay, so in the P equations, in the previous cases we are working the pressure, but now we are working with the dynamic pressure in place of the pressure. Okay, in the U also we are not working with the pressure, we are working with the dynamic pressure. So that is the nothing but P minus of rho G. Okay, so that is different change you can see from here, and from here we are able to construct the pressure by dynamic pressure plus of this rho G. Okay, and we able to get the pressure, our actual pressure variable. Okay, so that is how you can see, and this is the energy equations. Okay, so it is in the total energy formulations. Okay, and we can solve the energy equation for a particular class of the fluids. Okay, so basically this particular Bond simple form is based on the compressible fluids. Okay, so let's explore this very simple test case and have an idea what exactly happening here. Okay, so Bond simple form, and our test case is free convection, force convections. Okay, and let's look at the file. So for that, let's go to the area. It is test case is very simple to simulate because it's flow over a flat plate only with a constant heat flux, constant temperature conditions. Okay, block mesh. Okay, so let's check the mesh how exactly it look like. Okay, so this is a flat plate, and because we want to resolve the thermal boundary layer, so we required very fine mesh near the wall. Okay, so that's why you see very fine mesh near the wall. Okay, and away from the wall we have a coarse mesh, and the flow is entering from this area. Okay, so we have an incoming flow velocity 5 meter per second. Okay, and incoming temperature 300 degree Kelvin, pressure 10325 atmospheric pressure with which we are simulating. Okay, and this wall is at a constant temperature 600 degree Kelvin. So that is the nature. So let's look at all these entries. So first start with the velocity. Okay, so velocity y max gradient conditions, top wall inlet specify value, outlet in and out value. Okay, y min we say 0, fixed value 0, it is no slip conditions. Temperature, incoming fluid has a temperature 300 degree, hot wall has a 600 degree temperature, outlet 0 gradient. Okay, and the top wall is min max inlet outlet for temperature. Okay, so that is what we have. Now pressure, we 10325 and everything going to compute internally. Okay, and pressure same way 10325, everything going to compute internally. We need not to specify any pressure condition because we're going to solve equation of states to quantify the pressures. Okay, so that is the difference. We need not to take into account any pressure boundary condition at present. Okay, what else in the thermophysical property? Okay, here it is, we specify the Prandtl number. Okay, viscosity, okay, Cp value, okay, molecular weight and all these things, and we're going to work with the perfect gas as equation of state to quantify the pressure out of it. Okay, and rho h thermo. Okay, so based on the that it try to calculate the rho. Okay, so for rho calculation we are relying on that particular class of the options. Okay, so let's now look at the turbulent. It is laminar flow. Okay, so and the G definitely required because it is a compressible and buoyancy driven compressibility is available, so G file is also required. Okay, so that is what we specified here, G. Okay, now let's look at the system folder. So inside the system folder we have a couple of things. So let's constant, so it is a simple base, so it is a steady state class of the calculation, 5000 iteration we're going to simulate. Okay, FV scheme steady state, all our gradient is linear, and the divergence scheme is working with the finding class of the schemes. Okay, and then we require the solution. In place of the pressure, we have dynamic pressure is our working pressure, so we have to work with the dynamic pressure, and we have a corrector. If you want to solve the moment predictor, you can say yes. It's in this case it's not required, so don't activate it. Okay, then we have a residual control and the relaxation parameters. Okay, now let's run this particular test case very quickly, so we have an idea what going to happen after the calculations. Okay, so it's going very nicely. So we are simulating for H, we calculate the PR, and from the PR we try to explore the velocity very quickly. Okay, so let's look at what exactly happened here. Okay, so this is a flow, and let's see all the variables. So let's start with the velocity. Okay, look at very close to the wall. Okay, so we have a very nice boundary layer development. Same way, let's look at the temperature. Okay, so slowly it's going to propagate here. Okay, then this is the total pressure. Okay, so that is the total pressure, and this is the our working pressure. Okay, 101,325. We hardly see some difference here. Look at present. Okay, so this is what we got, but now we are working with the heat transfer. So we normally are interested in, let's say, this, what is the Nusselt number over this. So how to calculate Nusselt number? For that, let's say if we talk about the heat flux. Okay, so wall heat flux, if you know, then we quickly quantify the Nusselt number by this formula. Okay, so for that very nice utility available, it's called wall, okay, heat flux, and let's say, so it try to give us the wall heat flux for our bottom wall. That is only the wall where we specify the no slip conditions. Okay, at that location only try to calculate the wall heat flux in the watt. Okay, so this is the wall heat flux, that is nothing but this Q dot, and then equal to Nu. K is the thermal conductivity, L. Okay, A is the surface area. So surface area we have to take into account by this thing, check mesh. So x direction we have a phi, okay, and in the z direction 1. So surface area is 0.5 meter square. That is what is our surface area. Okay, and L is the 0.5, and this difference between wall temperature and the fluid temperature, free stream temperature, we know the what is the difference. We have a 300 and 600, so we have a 300 degree Kelvin is the difference. If you use this formula, you come to know what's supposed to be the Nu we have. Okay, so that is very quickly one can quantify this Nusselt number for a forced convections. Okay, so this is again very simple test case to explore. It's about the flow over any of the flat plate. Okay, so that is very quickly one can see all the properties is given. Okay, so PR, Cp, mu and the K. Okay, so that all the properties we set inside this thermophysical area. Okay, Cp, okay, then molecular weight, mu, okay, and PR. Okay, so PR give you the nu by alpha, and from alpha is K by rho Cp. Okay, so alpha you know, Cp you know, so you quantify the K, and K is supposed to be in this range. Okay, definitely. So based on that only we specify the alpha over there. Okay, so that is how one can tune the all the parameters inside. Based on this you can quantify the PR. Okay, so PR is nothing but nu by alpha, and alpha is nothing but K over rho Cp. So K over rho Cp, it give you the alpha value. Okay, so that is very nice way to quantify the heat transfer over a flat plate.